Hello. Hello. I wonder if this is working. I think it is. I think it is. Excuse me, camera. I'm down here. Yeah, I am. And you're supposed to be locked on me, not staring at my steering. Do you know how hurtful it is? You on my camera. This is supposed to be a symbiotic relationship between you and me, and you keep looking up at the ceiling. Where's it gone wrong? Have I not cleaned your lens enough? Have I not made sure you have the right amount of electricity? Have I not made sure all the connections are properly primed? It just hurts. It truly does. It just hurts. Anyway. We'll talk later, camera. How is everyone doing today? How is everyone? Hello. There are people watching. Hello, Wayne. How you doing? Let's check the research profiles. One we're researching. Those are good things. Network communications. What's that? Oh, cryptography. That'd be useful. Eventually when I want it. Big guns. What's coming to big guns? 20-inch guns. That's not always nice. But I've got control station armor forging, and I think that's better. Boilers are going to be next one, I reckon. For me. Hello, Paul! Wayne, you sound like you're having a fine old time. Let's scrap some submarines. See how the finances are going. It's almost at 84%. And that's a little bit over, but not bad. Okay. Why is my unrest at 100%? Oh, frigate, there's been an update, hasn't there? Oh, frigate. My people last time we played this were very, very content and very happy. Now apparently they're all rebellious. Thank you, Wayne. Jack's Beats are probably going to be finished for a little bit of a while because I haven't managed to record any more new ones and I need to get somewhere to do some proper recording because Jack's Speaker always recorded by the sea. But that will be happening soon enough. I will hopefully be down there soon enough. So there's going to be some other shorts. How is the book boxing progressing? I gradually have less and less space in here to call my own. The Jack Speakers are fun, they are. Probably going to keep up the academic sort of naval historian series on the Mondays. Or Tuesdays, I think that is, actually. And yeah, for a little bit while, it's going to be going back to some old lives for a 60-second. Okay. I'm still not sure why my unrest is at 100 suddenly. Yeah, I'm not surprised that's going to be increasing dramatically. There's going to be strikes and all sorts of things all over the place for me to deal with because of prestige, unrest being at 100. My prestige is enormous. My unrest, we keep winning these wars. I should not have unrest at 100. I'm not sure what they've changed. They did another update, haven't they? This is now 1.5.07. There has been a massive revolution against the government, but I have remained in power. Oh, this could be fun. Hello, Spike. Oh. The thing is, the really big thing I've done, you won't be able to see. The really big thing I've done, and hopefully you can hear the game audio, by the way. The really big thing I've done in here since Thursday, you can't see. Oh, right on. In that, the shelves from here are all gone now. So the shelves which were here, with all the books in them, have gone. And the books alone have filled up 3 boxes. The shelves are up there. It's just, yeah. So, pause. Torrent. What the frigate? If I was looking back right now, they are doing full Royal Navy patterns, but seriously, this is getting absurd. Oh, great. Avoid other ships. This is just embarrassing for me and for you right now, this computer game. Because both of these units are put on avoid allied ships, and they keep bashing into each other. Where is the enemy? To see how the chat's going. Made my French campaign really weird. Well, yeah, this had just made my long campaign very, very weird because I was very happy. Everyone was very happy. Yeah, there was no unrest. Honestly, the four-legged help does slow us down because the four-legged help doesn't believe that anything should go into a box. They like the concept of moving, they just don't like the concept of packing anything up. Let's go check my politics and find out what I am now. Oh, democracy. I've changed from constitutional monarchy to democracy. They really think I would do that change in the UK? How are my finances doing? Negative 6.5 6 million. Fish, I'm using a lot of money. Maybe I can do that for a few hundred months and not be bothered. So hello, Jacob. Hello. My armor's been improved. Hello, hello, Leslie. Yes, Leslie there. Spotting Leslie. I know I said hello to Malaga. I haven't said hello to Malaga either, but you know. Oh, Malaga, hello. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing today? It's I'm a bit discombobulated because the computer decided that when I would log into this game, when I was last playing this game, I was completely popular. I had 0 unrest. Logged in today, I have 100 unrest and I have a revolution, and Britain's gone to democracy from constitutional monarchy in 1934. How did any of their transports get away? Okay. I should have approximately 400,000 tons there shortly, but you know. We'll leave that at that. I still have 193 provinces controlled. That's good. Ah, Pakistan. I do. I don't let me. You think I've forgotten you? I will get you. Who should I go for next? Good luck, Wayne. No, the Navy ensign now blue. Yes, apparently we are now a democracy, and so we've got a blue. We've gone with the blue ensign. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I know this game is slowly getting better in so many ways, but in other ways it's getting weirder. I have a feeling I could end up spending more money today I don't want to spend. I have a feeling today I could be getting a takeaway for the entire family for lunch. Because my sister's cooking lunch. It might well be, but I wanted to see how this was doing. And also to play this up till about World War II. Hey, Runon! Chance succeed 42%. Let's see if we can't do this battle. Yes, Paul, she is. She's cooking unsupervised. And, yeah, I hope the minor nations sometimes get added into this game. Fleshing out the tech trees is going to be interesting for the minor nations. So, I would agree, if anyone says to me, in this match, you know, theoretically, you are outnumbered and outgunned. And I would go, yeah, I am. But also go, this is HMS Princess of Wales, and, well, she's quite well armed, and her turrets can go all the way around. And she's got 12 15-inch guns. And pretty darn thick armour. Trying to get into a torpedo position. Well, it is called HMS Prince of Wales. It's probably going to get hit by torpedoes. Too soon? Yeah, I don't think the Campania is going to be around for much longer. Yeah. San Pasquale. And San Sensina. I don't think you want to get into short-range gun action with this ship. At long range, we have an advantage. At short range, we don't. That seems better to me. There are a lot of secondary guns on the Sand Cedar. I have no intention of getting into secondary gun range of that shit. No intention of getting into secondary gun range of that shit. Basically, that thing is not something I'm getting into secondary range of. I can beat it long range. This is a classic example. This is a USS Essex. This is a ship designed to smash you at short range. Yes, it got some long range guns. Yes, it's technically there for a battleship. But this thing gets you at short range, you're getting hammered. You don't do that. In contrast, the battlecruiser, I wouldn't mind getting the short range of that, actually. I think I'd smash it, but we'll leave that to one side. If you notice, I am shaping my attacks around so that I'm trying to set it up so the battlecruiser is between me and the battleship. And I'm now in 6-inch gunfire range. I do not want to be in 6-inch gunfire range of that battleship. And I know I can outrun both of them, so I can put the split distance on. Without too much worry. And this is sometimes what you have to do in this game, I must admit. You do have to look at your opponent and go, which suits this better? Are they built for close-in engagements, or are they built for long-range engagements? And to be fair, that's the whole min-maxing thing, which quite a few people like to do in computer games. I do realise this. But in real life, there's a reason you build ships like, well, I'm building them, which is where they've got to balance the capabilities. Because what this means is when I'm against someone who's got this imbalance capability set, i.e. like that battleship, I can now hang back at long range and go, try it. You ain't gonna make it. And I've got the speed to dictate the range. And that's the important thing. Having the speed to allow the dictate the range. Basically, you want at least a 3-knot advantage to be able to dictate range. If you've got anything less than a 3-knot advantage, then things can go wrong. It's like, theoretically, the USS Constitution is a 13-knot ship, and HMS Victory is an 11-knot ship. So the scenario should be that the Constitution would always get away from the Victory. But the Victory has a ship at a line rig, and that's a much bigger rig and a much bigger sail area. So if it is not the best wind, that the differential starts to narrow. Because Victory has so much more area, she can stretch her mast out on, and they are proportionally slightly higher as well. So all those things can add up to the fact that you can't always guarantee with a 2-knot advantage that you'll always get away, even in the Age of Sail or in the modern world. A 3-knot advantage usually is enough to define it. A 3-knot advantage will usually give you the advantage. And I think that's possibly why in this game, this ship, the Prince of Wales here, is concentrating on the battlecruiser rather than the battleship. Potentially because it's also easier to sink and easier to damage, but also because if you're looking into a speed race, there is no chance 27.4 knot battleship can catch me. The battlecruiser of 20... Neither of them can catch me. Why are you bothering? Their maximum speed is lower than your battle cruising speed. This is embarrassing to them. And honestly to you. I was presuming the battle cruiser, because the battle cruiser would have been faster, but no, it was slower than the battleship. By the way, you keep saying what you need is a distraction for those guns. Well, there is a reason every now and again I'm having the light cruiser smoke up. It makes her far more visible than if I do anything else. Got another few seconds before I can do it again. And now we commence what is commonly known as circling with intent. Again, why am I doing this? Why am I just going around and around in a circle and always aiming slightly away from them? Well, it means I keep up the distance and keep the distance at the range I want. But also means that they... And... yep. That ship's gone. Oh. There's a fire. Yeah, that's really not much in the fight anymore. And basically, we want to continue doing this. So now they're getting a bit close. They want to try and get in close to us, so we don't want to. So acceleratum, please. Let's pull away a bit. Keep the range up, don't allow them to get close. There's a full boom and not all their 11-inch ammunition's gone up. That's good. That is good. Oh goody, I have judged it just about right. Just about right. I didn't know whether I would be in a good position to keep on bashing the battlecruiser or whether I'd be too long range. I need to shape it inwards, but no, I did get it. Seems to be just about right. Lot of torpedoes now. The thing is also, you see, I would be tempted normally maybe to slow them up by trying a torpedo attack, but the sheer quantity of secondaries on that battleship means that I don't want to try a torpedo attack at the moment. I just don't. It'd just be chucking away my cruiser. And that's, again, something you have to think about. How does the secondaries affect it? You know, and that's why, if I get in too close a range with the Prince of Wales, the sheer volume of fire that would be laid down on her, and the fire would start all over her decks, would A, obscure her firing, but also could have serious consequences on the rest of her ability to combat. So, and might actually even sink her. There's no point in doing that. There's no advantage to that. I think that could be sunk soon. Now, if I thought I could, it's tempting to dive in close with the cruiser, dive in close to the battle cruiser, and sink it. Just so I can then concentrate on the battleship and know there's no support for it. Because whilst there might be a destroyer wandering around that has been doing at all during the fight so far. Although, that's another reason to keep the cruiser close to the battleship, because that means anything comes out of nowhere, I have something to defend the battleship with, along with its own secondaries. Because that's quite a well-armed little ship. It's got decent 3-inch guns, 6-inch guns, and torpedo suite. It's a fairly good little cruiser. It's not going to win any awards for most powerful ship ever, but it's going to do its job. At least it should do. So how's everyone doing today? How goes the world? I'm glad to see that some people have been active and some people have been resting on the Saturdays, depending on their needs. That's always a good thing to do. That's the whole point of a weekend. So one day of the week you get to decide, what do I need to do? I will do it. Within reason. Usually that reason is family. What they need me to do. Or friends. There is about even chance I'm going to end up the friend in the friend group with the big truck. There is a above even chance, because if I go to court, and this is a big truck by UK standards, and the reason I say that is because going to Cornwall, etc., I of course have my lovely V40, and I do love that. It's a nice car, and as long as I have it, I'll be very happy with it. But there are increasing odds down there because it is the land. It is where there are the most pickups that I will end up giving in to my latent desire and end up with a Toyota Hilux of some kind. Historical tour of Bolsover with the English Heritage Tour Guide. It's always fun. Hey, Random Dale fan. Well, it's weekends are the same as weekdays for me. Yeah, we're gonna have to, That can be a good thing, but it can also be a really annoying thing if you're naturally a very active person. Ah, the Subaru K trucks. Subaru don't bring their trucks over to the UK. The closest we have in the UK is the Subaru Foresters. And they are lovely vehicles. They really are. Honestly, I've considered one of them many, many a time. Now, if they were sensible, they've abandoned the battlecruiser and they've taken their battleship off to somewhere safe. I just don't think they have. And they really haven't. Hello, Destroyer. You have appeared. Torpedo boat has appeared. That was your defense throw. That was a good one. It came from nowhere. Small problem though. My battleship is faster than your fastest ships. What are you doing? I have to keep everything under constant watch in this game, otherwise they go off and do stupid things like suicide runs. Are you trying to... I do think he's trying to sink a light cruiser with a battleship. Now he's in 6-inch gun range of my ship. That's my warning sign. Oh, hello, there's the destroyer. This is fun. Smoke versus smoke attack. Yeah. 4th Dan request on way to Tokyo. Good luck, Leslie. Yeah, occasionally you do see torpedo boats in this game. They appear to be doing a far better job of hiding than they ever used to. Not be able to be active, full stop. Nice. What I mean is being active would be nice. We get you, Paul. It would be nice to be active. I'd swear that destroyer's trying to do dummy torpedo runs to try and draw us off. I almost seem to think he's out of torpedoes, but there again, I know this game, it likes to do nasty things to me with torpedoes. So yeah, I'm not going to believe that one for a bit. But he's certainly buying time for the battleship effectively. Good destroyer, Commander. Very proficient. I like this. I like this. And so far, I haven't used any of my cruiser's torpedoes. Question is, do I need to run the risk of sacrificing my cruiser to win this? Or... we will see. I still have the TB I originally built because they only have 9 require a crew of 9. Well, you might as well. They sound rather proficient. Destroyer's there. I got plenty of shells left, so I'm okay. They should do. 30 minutes on the clock, though. 13. Yeah. That's the annoying thing. But things can change very quickly. So let's see how I can do in the 13 minutes I've got left. Ideally, I want to try and put the battleship between me and their destroyer, because their destroyer is certainly the more aggressive unit, and certainly with its torpedoes it's the highest risk of a random. It's a well-built destroyer, considering what it's standing up to. That close to a cruiser shouldn't be doing that. Should not be riding along trading blows with a cruiser. In real life, that's not good. A 6-inch high explosive shell would slam into your engine room and you would be gone. And that's pretty much what's happened to the Francescanea. Pretty much a 6-inch shell has slammed into the engine room. And now... he's not in good position. And... you can go AI. You can go AI at this point, but I want you to come over here at full speed. We are going to do something nasty while the battleship's providing cover. He's out of torpedoes. So are you. Okay, well then there's no point in you doing that nasty thing. Go back to following. Small encounter. Victory. Yeah, I'd say that's a victory. A multi-month repair, definitely, for that battleship. Which does hold them up with other things. But I am in my progress currently planning on taking Rome shortly. Now, I realise northern Italy is better, but here, listen to me out. You see, if I take Rome, I cut off the supplies between their industrial heartland and their most dangerous operational bases, which are the South Italy. And also, I provide a method of doing a two-pronged attack on their industrial heartland, which is northern Italy, rather than having to attack across the mountains the whole time. So, you know, that's my thinking. I think that works out as a sensible idea. Does in my mind, anyway. So that should be in place shortly. What else do I fancy? Where else do I fancy invading? Well, France is going quite well, but I feel I could be doing more. I can do a naval invasion of somewhere in France. Oh, yes, I'll invade over there. Yes, and that's going to be an eastern invasion. And then I think once I've taken central Italy, I will. What should I do for? I think if I take Sardinia, that's going to give me the best position to really rule the Western Mediterranean. That's my thinking anyway. But let's go to politics and just check some things. Italy still has 4 ships, 3 destroyers and a submarine active. Building 48 vessels, repairing 5. I have 1,539 ships, but they have more battleships than me. I have more battlecruisers, but my battlecruisers are not orientated the same way as they are, though. They've got a lot more heavy cruisers, but my battlecruisers are pretty much super heavy cruisers. They have a lot more light cruisers than me, and they have a lot less destroyers than me. But I have not as many more destroyers as I'd like than them, and I have a lot more submarines than they do. I need to build more light cruisers and I need to build more battleships. But no, it's interesting because I'm at the moment I am simultaneously, of course, doing the year of the aircraft carrier, moving, so sorting out books into piles of books I need for this and books I need, and planning the year of leadership, and sorting out the stuff. And it's going to be announcing, of course, the suggestions for June are going to be announced soon, and the suggestions for July will be announced, of course, in May. And the thing about the patron suggestions and patron vote for June and July, this is going to be slightly different, because instead of them being lives, they're going to be 4 recorded premieres. Because of all the stuff I'm going to be doing. Do I have any... The full searches are being gone for at the moment. Everything seems to have taken longer than it should do. Everything has taken the longest it possibly can, so it was supposed to be quick and very quick and sensible and straightforward, and it's not been. Let me rephrase that. Our bits have been quick and straightforward. Anything we've been doing has been quick and straightforward. Anything which involved other people doing stuff, i.e. the lawyers, etc., has turned out to be taking blooming forever. How? That should be enough for sorting that out. And those things that I build. I'm not going with a standard battleship, aren't they? They just go everywhere. Yeah, slowly sorting out our economy, boosting up our crew pool. This turret mechanism they're talking about. Triple turrets on light cruisers. We'll take that. Gun layout, that's going to be 1 month anyway, so I don't need to worry about that. What next armor quality is going to be? Hopefully it's going to be modern armor. Hopefully it's going to be modern armor, and hopefully soon it's going to become rangefinders. Improved submarine propellers. No, I think I'll leave that be for a bit. I think I'll leave that be fine. Well, that does always seem to be the case. They tell you everything should be sorted in 4 to 6 weeks, and 3 months later it's why not? No, actually, it's kind of interesting because I can't get into too much detail, but to be fair, the most common call I've had from our lawyer has been, we've spotted an issue with X in the contract. This does not count against you, as you did not write the contract, but we have to inform you and we have to tell you that it is there. And I'm going, okay, and this is taking you... Honestly, we were checking the contract thoroughly because we couldn't believe that X hadn't been done. Or X hadn't been included. Why? Because it's standard requirement, it's included. Okay. It's a... So at the moment, what I've got to show for a house move is a whole lot of paperwork and a whole lot of boxes. And that's all. All I've got to show for it so far. I'm glad to see they've got the West Philippines, but I'm going to do Sardinia because I said I would. And because with Sardinia, I can probably send anything I will get out there and down there and have enough to do it. Oh, my mum and sister have started boxing their stuff as well. Yes, don't worry. Yeah. We're doing all the boxing. All the boxing's being done everywhere at the same time. I keep doing the heavy lifting for their stuff, and then come back and sorting out my stuff and going, When you realise that... Let's see. Can I do the... Can I take the thing over there? Okay, so... If you look up here, you will see some Calyx shells. They are literally the 2x1 Calyx shells. So they are very small. You'll also see, if you look here, my lovely, lovely branded, original branded hoodie. So a lovely thing. Just as it came in the screen, I went, I should do what all those people do and go, look, there you see it. But actually, what I was pointing to was the Calyxes up there. And, okay, the one from up here produced 3 boxes of books. The one from down there produced 5 boxes of books. There is another one down there, so that's another 5 boxes of books to go. And the remainder of the dozen or so box, well, let's see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. The remainder of those box of books came from one shelf up there. Pretty much. So yeah. I have some of my books packed up, but I think I'm going to be using a lot of boxes. I lost a heavy cruiser. That's annoying. Oh, well, I'm going to just fight. Mainly because it's just going to be an absolute painful fight for them. Oh, yeah. Isn't he? Honestly, Jacob, I know you do mean it as a joke, but I did consider it. I just thought that there might be a lot of drivers who object to me blocking the A303. Okay. Does anyone else here find themselves friends with people on Facebook and go, I have no idea who you were. I'm sure we must have been friends a long time ago, but I have not the fuckiest who you are. It's already a couple. The A303 is not that bad. It depends on the spot. I had to say, I quite like where we are because where we found a house, because it in both in road and rail connections, it is so easy to get to everywhere else in the rest of the country. It's literally a case of, yeah, we can do that. So, you three, go hunting. You three. Follow. Okay, I'm going to change this just a tad. Go off hunting, have fun. That should sort things out. I do love this game sometimes. It does really stupid things. Because let's be honest, Malaya should be the unit leader. That is tempting. Currently, my major worry my truly major worry is that I'm going to end up in a scenario where I have, how do I put this? The boxes are too heavy. The box of books are too heavy because I keep loading them and I go, I can lift this, but I'm fairly strong and I do a lot of heavy lifting. But my theory is, so do the movers. That's my theory. But, yeah, these are... I'd say they're fine, but others might not. You need food bank boxes. No, these are proper removal boxes that are recommended by the movers we're going with, so that's why we're using them. We are literally getting Pickfords. I mean, I know the meme is a Pickford fan. We are actually getting Pickfords, the movers. That's the company moving us. Generations are winning such as a result of strong movers. We hope so. I'm just amazed this shit came out to fight. Honestly. No, they said, but they said they didn't specify maximum weight, but they said we don't like overweight boxes. Well, I said, look, this is not overweight. I'm doing this quite happily. There's no shaking going on. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry. Sure, some talking and munching on Galaxy chocolates with my mouth full. My apologies. You would think so, Jacob. But, it turns out that they're slightly less strict. And I don't think... Honestly, I don't think any of these weigh more than my suitcase does when I go on trips. On my full heavy suitcase. Although, this here is going to be interesting because I'm going to take my... It's going to sound strange. I name my bags to an extent. Very, very enlightened names. The giant pink suitcase is called Big Pink. And the big red soft bag, which are both air transportable, is called Big Red. Because they're the big bags and that's their colour. I know, it's amazing. It's my naming skills know no bounds. And the reason I have the pink suitcase is because, let's be honest, a giant pink suitcase with stickers on it for Canada, Australia, and a few other places is kind of obvious when it's going through the airport, or when it's going through the luggage collection. It's kind of easy to pick out amongst the sea of black cases you normally see, and the sea of just black ones. They're just And it's very rare anyone tries to nick my giant pink suitcase. I know, and I'm not having a conversation going, but the guy said, but he was sort of talking to me about it, going, and he actually said this to me. But why do you have a pink suitcase? You're not gay. So going, well, I've known you for about 30 seconds on this luggage rail, waiting for people to come in. So that's a bit of an invasive one, because it's not as if you know that instantly about a person when you walk up to them. I realise there are some who are classically obvious, but I know many gentlemen of that sort of persuasion who you would never know by just talking to them. But whilst I am not of that persuasion and not of that interest, I like my pink suitcase because it sticks out. You've been waiting here for 45 minutes because yours is black and looks like all the others. Mine's just arrived. And Dr. Fronius. So yeah, that caused a fun moment. And it caused a fun discussion. But yeah, and sort of, so, it sticks out. It's obvious. It works well. But no, so this year it's going to be the first big trip, therefore, with our trip, if it all goes through and everything goes as planned, because we're still pulling everything together and sorting everything out with shipshape and really getting everything working, because you can tell that when you look at the stuff and how it's been organised and what things haven't happened. You can chart that I basically checked out for roughly 2.5 months over the Christmas period while sorting out Mum and her health, because that came first, and everyone understood that, and you can tell that Drac has had to check out at certain points because of stuff he's been dealing with, and Gareth has had to check out at certain points because of stuff he's been dealing with. Dan, and we sat there and gone, okay, right then, this is why we need at least one more person involved in this, helping us organise things, which we are going to do. B, we need to get far more ahead of things. Although, it's going to sound strange, it took almost a year it's taken. And this is admittedly, I have to admit, it doesn't help that you've got 4 perfectionist on. But it's taken almost a year for us to get the challenge coins made. And they are coming now, and it's going to be good. But the reason, there were so many issues over getting the right shade of Iron Brew colour, even though there is an actual colour code number for this colour. There is an actual colour, there is an actual number for it, there's an actual thing. And trying to get the shapes and dyes made and all those things, it's been fun. We've gone through, I think it's about 5 different companies. And he said, "Don't go. It's not. What we're asking for is not complicated. At least it didn't feel complicated to us. And it's not as if we weren't prepared to pay for it. We're happy. We have the money set aside. We have the budget. We'd factored that all into our work. But it's just, yeah." Hello, and Dr. Fronus, hello. You've been designing a courageous alternative with 6 13.5-inch guns. My suitcase is full of old books, though, yeah. Well, it still gets through. It is full of books. Hello, Longbow. So you need a ship-shaped secretary. Honestly, that is what we need. We need someone who's an organizational secretary rather than a secretary, if that makes sense. We do need that. We're going to be working through this at some point. And it's like, if the Scandinavia trip, everything is from that goes as planned, we will be taking an extra person with us, at least one extra, as someone else who's going to appear on camera at certain points and chatting away with you all. And they don't have a YouTube channel. They do not. But they're happy to come along. And the reason we have to have them is because some of the stuff we'd like to do in Scandinavia, we need people with certain qualifications. And that's what's happened. If your suitcase is full of books, wouldn't that make it a bookcase? Don't joke about don't joke about Little Orange. Little Orange is always full of books. Actually, the funny thing is, Little Orange has been the most nicked suitcase of mine I've ever had. I think the suitcase is now more travelled than I am over the last year because it's been nicked by my sister, 3 cousins, and yeah, I think one of my friends nicked it. I think one of my other friends nicked it. It's one of the ones I can't name. I don't name on stream. Okay. It's a destroyer. Tell it to run. Yay, Netherlands. Okay. Other factors leading to increased unrest. Are they missing for the monarchy back? Because if they are, that's fine. Logistical senior NCO. Honestly, I wouldn't say that too much because so far there have been 2 people who've been so successful with me. What should I say? Nomenteering them? sort of that who in their role for my for the Discord server, they might find themselves recruited, whether they like it or not. I think it's ultimately the real question is whether we have someone who would want to go on trips with us or not. And that's the thing, is if we do we want someone who wants to come, who will come away with us on the trips, or someone who's happy to just do the organisation? And that's the big question to discuss. I've got literally 353,000 tons. I require 93,000 tons, and you're claiming my chance to succeed is only 46%. I will find more. Well, let's have a look at this force. There are 5 battleships in here. 2 33 knotters and a 32 knotter, so 2 fast battleships. Actually, 4 fast battleships. 1 28 knotter. Most of them armed with 15-inch guns, but one armed with 12-inch guns. And we have a heavy cruiser. We don't go through the rest. We have a load of destroyers. We have some light cruisers. This is a good force. Repair priority very high. Select. And move control. That should be mine soon. 80% chance of that. And take central, and then I invade northwest instantly. Is there, can I do any other invasions going on around the world? I have 3 naval invasions going on. How's this one going? I needed 150,000 tons. I've turned up with 450,000 tons, and you're saying it's only a 51% chance. Sorry, I would say yes, but Leslie might be useful in Japan. I think, honestly, for the Japan trip, I think, yes, Leslie would be very useful, and honestly, there is a couple of plans for people to take with us, and it's basically a case of Japan is going to be something where we're going to have a conversation with people and go, right then, we would ideally like to borrow you and you for this month. Can you do the full month? Because, yeah, that's... I would like to take Thomas, my friend, who I've taught alongside, and I said, who did a master's under Andrew Lambert, and is a very nice Japanese gentleman who has done his PhD at Oxford, taught with me alongside me at Cambridge, and now is a professor in... I think he teaches in Poland and Lithuania. And he basically alternates because he's in 2 universities, and he spends part of the week in one and part of the week in the other. And he's a really lovely, really cool dude. And frankly, would be a lot of fun and a lot of very useful to have with us. But it's going to be a case of we need to try and recruit at least 2, if not 3, people who are very good, who are very interested in naval history, but also are very keen or are very good at Japanese. It's like I have a friend called Kanika who was a PhD student for Andrew as well, but she only recently got married, so whilst I'm not presuming things there, it is quite a big ask to say would you next year like to spend an entire month back in Japan when you're away from your husband and and everything else? It's going to depend on whether she wants to or not. The thing is, Thomas is a confirmed bachelor, so he's quite easy to interfere in run life of. Other people, when you're younger, you have all sorts of random things coming up. It's far more difficult to predict stuff. And I'm in a confirmed bachelor state now. Ooh, good lord, that's fun to think about. Paul and Steve. I have to say, I'm listening to this, and I think, honestly, one of the things I would like to do is there are so many of you I would love to get together in person so you could have the chats in person, because I think you'd love talking with each other in person, not just by Discord and online. It's one of the things I would really like to organise at some point. I love the meetups when we go around with Shipshape abroad, and I'd love to do. We're hoping to do some in the UK, and I think it'd be really cool because you could get a lot of people together. They could have a fun chat. Ooh. So, this is sort of a scenario where it's a case of you have 8 17-inch guns. That is increasingly looking cute. Got 12-inch guns, 13.5-inch guns, 15-inch guns, 9.2-inch guns. What's its armor like? That's a 17 inches of armor. Top speed 29.2 knots. Well, that's 28 knots, so it's not enough fast enough. 28 knots. 33 knots. Let's do this. Hopefully not ending in something fun like getting arrested for brawling over the use of cavalry units in World War I. No. Don't do that. Don't get arrested for that. There's so many more interesting things you can do than get arrested for that. We could reenact it though. Oh, good lord. I'm currently trying to work out whether a certain gentleman who keeps commenting on my H-class battleship video is a closet version of a wereaboo, whereby they don't think they're a wereaboo, and they think they agree with everyone else, but then they keep making the wereaboo arguments, and you're sort of going, there's something going on here. Now, gentlemen and ladies, this could be, well, ladies and ships. From this period, 1924, it'll be gentlemen on the crew. Telemachus 29.3. Oh, these are these destroyers. Oh, I haven't seen these in battle before. They look suitably mean for my taskings here. 6 5-inch guns. They look suitably American as well, let's be honest. Right then. I think we will leave that. There seems to be an ongoing rush of destroyers to go and get close, and I'll let them do that. No, no. Can I have 4 Huskies on a chariot? You can have 4 Huskies on a chariot. I think that would be a good mix. No, you can't have a horse. You have to try and figure out the nearest dog that can do it. So, St. Bernard. You can ride into battle on the back of a St. Bernard. Enemy warship already. They are for someone who has all those systems. I was expecting them to have had more in the way of Is it me, or has their battle cruiser been a bit of a disappointment so far in this battle? Or is it just to me it's been disappointing? Because you've got 17.7-inch guns. So I was expecting you to do a big fight back. And so far what it's done is hide at the back. Admittedly, the Italians seem to be generally being tortured by my destroyers. But please notice the difference. In this scenario, I am keeping my battleships not far behind the destroyers. In fact, I'm trying very hard to keep my battleships as close behind the destroyers as I can. So that they are providing fire support. So you can't just have the big ships going, yeah, we can pick off the destroyers with our guns and just smash them apart. Because the moment they're going, well, hang on, if I concentrate on the destroyer, then I miss out on the battleship, which is pummeling me. So far, they appear to be losing quite a lot of ships. I think that one's going to be sinking quite soon. And then it's basically everyone just concentrate on the battlecruiser, because if I can take out that battlecruiser before it causes any damage to my wider empire, then woohoo, I have won. At this point, the sensible thing for that battlecruiser to do would be to withdraw. Live to fight another day, not stay in range of my battleship guns. Because it can outrun my battlecruisers and my battleships. It's fast enough to, I think. No, it's not fast enough to. No, scratch that. It's not fast enough to outrun my battleships. Okay, yeah, this thing's getting sunk. St. Bernards are very good for anything, honestly. I heard recently there's now a cross between a poodle and a St. Bernard you can buy. And I honestly did look into it and went, do I have... And I went, I don't have the time to look after a puppy properly at the moment, and I'm probably going away soon. So no... But if we did a year of brew ships ship-shaped tours to the UK or something like that, then I can imagine that there would be a puppy bought and a puppy would be along with us. Yeah, one of my older battleships just got hit by a 17.7 inch. Next Afra? Yeah, potentially. There again, I'm fairly sure that Zebedee might complain because he'd go, well, one's already the size of about 4 of me, and now you've got that one! It started out the size of me and grew bigger. Probably come back and I'd probably find if I left on a trip, I'd come back and find the corgi riding the St. Bernard. This is how corgis travel these days, with St. Bernard as their mount. Yeah. I have a feeling this ship will not be around for much longer. Yeah, I don't think Bacana is getting away. What I never understand is why the Italians are offering engagement at this level. There is a lot of 9.2-inch shells coming in. There are really a lot of 9.2-inch shells landing in that area. That's why it's quite so booming, quite on. Well, you see, Zebedee is now the fluffy research assistant. Raleigh is the senior fluffy research assistant. So basically, the new one would be the trainee assistant fluffy research assistant, and then the assistant fluffy research assistant. So yeah, it would be interesting. I can also imagine coming home at some point after visiting the gym and looking around and seeing two big dogs sitting there smiling, going, ha ha ha, and going, so where is Zebedee? Because I can see two of you, but where's the other one? And they're just hearing from beneath the pile of big dogs, woof, 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 as Zebedee slowly trying to inch his way out. No fluffy research assistants, mate. So true, we go with pure academic phraseology. Yeah, it would be. I can just imagine it. Ebony slowly appearing from beneath the fluff and going, I made it! I made it! Then looking at me and going, I will get revenge! You brought this squishing machine into my life! Oh, it'll be good. It will be good. No fluffy research aren't into making a disorder. No, not yet. Oh, I am Warner. Invasion. Aren't they literally trying to invade me? Oh, they're going for the ungoverned territory and they're going across my territory for it. Honestly. No, don't need that. Armor quality, what's coming? Modern armor, yay! Cruiser design, what are they producing? What's coming? What's coming next? 19,000 ton heavy cruiser, could be interesting. Cruiser submarine. No thanks. Might lead to a bigger mine-laying submarine. Might. Could be worthwhile, that one. But I think at the moment I'm going to leave it be. Let's see what comes about. Randover, on a side note, my mother has begun a campaign against my aunt's book hoarding. So I've been commissioned to build a bookshelf so my brother can hide a large portion of them. Good luck. I recommend I recommend going with. Well, I like a tongue and groove. Nice piece of some tongue and groove wood. And if you haven't got the machine to do it yourself properly, you can usually get it from certain companies to give you the wood in tongue groove form, so you can slot it together and make a nice shelf. Now, what could the IGN have done with I-400 scale mineswept layer? Well, think about it. If you've built enough I-400 scale mine layers before war begins, and they basically go to various harbours and they lay a minefield. So instead of you having midget submarines, you have a minefield pop up outside your harbour. Let's say outside San Francisco, outside the Panama Canal, etc. The same day as you are, the same morning you are attacking. You could cause all sorts of issues. And remember, those submarines don't have to hang around to be caught. They just have to get there, drop off the mines, and disappear. So you can keep up a constant flow of that. And for you to try and prevent, someone to try and prevent them, that becomes very difficult. They're bringing in ships to make it more difficult for me to take. That's cute. But the trouble is that I've got 7 turns there, and I've got only 1 more turn there. I've got 74% chance of succeeding, and then I bring all this lot across to here. And then I take Sardinia. And from Sardinia, I take the world. Well, that's the trouble, Paul, because here's the thing. A minefield would, to an extent, prevent that, but a minefield would also attrit that. If you have constantly appearing minefields, constantly being laid by enemy submarines, you're going to constantly be losing ships, but also it's going to be constantly causing you stress. Because let's be honest, if you're very clever, your minefield, people could be looking out in the harbour. They can be looking out the ship which is going out to sea, this proud new cruiser or something else you've just built, and boom! Imagine that on morale. Imagine the pictures going around the world. We can't even control our coast. How can we invade here? How can we be attacking the Japanese? How can we send our forces to there if we can't even protect and control our coasts? Paul, how can you do that? So basically it's a whole level of psychology which the Japanese missed, which could have bought them extra time. Pretty much, Spike. That's Leslie. That's what he'd have to do. I mean, Steve, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. It's Leslie Ann on that. On this one, it's Spike is Steve. I'm remembering. Yes. Brain is getting older. Brain isn't always working that well, but we're trying. So yeah, it's again, there are so many parts of the strategy which the Japanese could have been done if they actually thought things through that could have worked in their favour. The mine laying subs is a massive one. And of course, once I succeed over here, then I take the Philippines. And then I have control over the whole of the South China Sea and Southeast Asia, which would kind of make me kind of rich. I need Tibet for full control, really. The trouble is that has to be taken by the army, and as we know, the army are scared to go into Nepal. They haven't yet hired the Nepalese. I'm still not sure why we're allowing them to invade across our territory. I wouldn't. Oh, good lord! I need a lot of troops to invade northwest Italy. But I need a lot less for West Philippines and only slightly more for Western Sicily. So that's probably where I'll be going for next. The Japanese had their own mines, which were fairly decent. So, it's a simple looking up Japanese mine technology. The Japanese have fairly decent mines. It's one of those classic things of notice that the Japanese torpedoes work better at the beginning of the war than the German ones do. They put a lot more money into developing them, especially aerial torpedoes. One 3-inch gun, 5 2.2-inch guns, and 2 18-inch torpedo tubes. Speed of 30 knots. Horrendously fast. You have gone into the Wonder Wall of the German torpedoes. Yeah. And you wondered why they bothered. Honestly, look. At a certain point, it does get embarrassing, the German aerial torpedoes at the beginning of World War II. The thing is, they produced very decent ones by the end of World War II. And I will admit that. I'm quite happy to admit that. But, resolution to there. Queen Elizabeth to there. Right, and do I have 3 battleships? Yes, I do. Head and tight, please. I would say the snaking is making me sick, and also, considering you're all going to maximum speed forward, how you're keeping up and doing that, I do not know. Oh, good lord, it was crushed. Alex, do you think the Germans would have been the first to try a guided torpedo had they had long enough to develop it before the start of war? I doubt it, but I doubt it mainly because such things are such a low priority for them before the war begins. Because you have to remember, all the aerial weapons are developed by the Luftwaffe, and Luftwaffe is run by Göring, who has the strategic sense and brain power of an amoeba. Actually, no, that's being insulting to amoebas. He's the strategic sense and brain power of... Let's find it. This piece of chocolate. Okay? That is Göring's strategic sense. Actually, no. Its strategic sense is when it's in my stomach. Good luck, Ronan. That is a conversation which... Yeah, it's always fun. My version of that is when they realise I have technically 2 legal birth certificates. Thanks to the incident I explained whereby my father and grandfather gave my name when they were still merry after my birth, and my mother went and fixed it. and no one ever forgot to retract the first birth certificate. I remember too. It's fun, Runon. If the Goring had had another neuron, he could have made a synapse. It's getting there. It's getting there. That should be effective. Yeah, that appears to be all working out quite well. That's right, but you would not trust one to build an air force. I thought, look, a nicest way. Again, I think you'll be insulting to planks of wood here. After all, planks of wood actually serve a purpose. And tend to have a logically coherent internal structure. Or which are things that, honestly, Goring do not have. Just didn't have. Honestly, I have now decided it. The person who's commenting on pretty much every German battleship is trying very hard to hide their wereboo nature, but they really are quite strongly wereboo. Because they just said, you know, their reasons for liking German battleships includes, wait, what do you mean Scharnhorst scored that very long-range hit on Glorious and Bismarck blew the hood up? These are amazing. So you scored a long-range hit on an aircraft carrier, which wasn't being sensibly run, and yeah, a battleship won a fight versus a battle cruiser. I am tremendously surprised. Where are the Americans off to? How do you pension? Sorry, have dropped chocolate on the floor. As such, you need to pick it up before a doggy comes in and tries to eat it. Nope. I swear I dropped some chocolate on the floor. Nope. Nope, can't find it. Hello, that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that was it. There are so many memes. There are so many potential memes. But no, as said, there is I have to admit, I do watch some of the people who comment on my channel, on the various parts of the channel, and I go, now, can I guess what your particular predications are in history? And I am always surprised by how so inventive some of the wereabouts get. So, you go off hunting. I want you to go to maximum speed. No, it's a light cruiser that can do 21 knots. Okay, that's a problem. Oh, you're an old style light cruiser. Okay, into the battle line you guys go. Let's go see what we can do. Oh, it's one of their mini dreadnought heavy cruisers. Oh, those things are quite cool on the cruiser roll. I might have misjudged this battle. But there again, I might not have. The 11-inch guns do make an impact. And I think he's sort of realizing that they might be doing something nasty to him. Because this is sort of going how I wanted it to, with the destroyers going that way, the light cruiser in the middle, and me now going up the stern, and the heavy cruiser. Dividing the fire, dividing their concentration, and causing them to have to think about what they're positioning themselves on. And the 11-inch guns, they're pretty darn nasty when they want to be. Ah, frigate. Both destroyers gone. That's annoying. And the light cruiser sinking as well. .5" we got 3". Yeah, I think we're going to lose this fight. Also, petition for the inner life replacement to be fleet support shorts. Potentially. Jack Speak has a lot more episodes to go, though. I think I could probably... I think there's probably at least another 120 or so. So I think there's about another 60 weeks that I have got in mind. Yeah, that's got single turrets. That's the cruiser is entirely made up of single turrets. It's got some dual ones, but it's all single 7.1s. And this basically has got 4 11-inch guns, so you know that's its advantage. The 11-inch shells, when they hit, rock that heavy cruiser's world. Oh, there was literally a section today in today's dry dock, which was why was the Royal Navy Kingdom of Fifth armed with such puny guns? And you sit there and go, there are many things you can desire. I'm no fan of the 14-inch under any circumstance. I don't think anyone would accuse me of actually being pro the 14-inch. I prefer the 9 15-inch gun or 9 16-inch gun layout versions, which they could have gone with. But I'm not sure if you can ever call a 14-inch gun puny. I mean, you know, there's a sort of description of, yeah, we're going to call something which is a 14-inch gun puny. Something which is literally almost as across my chest, sort of across this distance. Puny. I don't think it works. I just don't think it does. As phraseology to use to describe it. But yeah, I have picked up another wereaboo. One who tries to be eloquent about it. And is trying to make a justified what they consider a justified defense of the Scharnhorst and all the others, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, no, mate, don't even try it. This is the small problem with these people. Is the thing is, the most reason I don't engage with them as much on my channel is I try and don't bother ignore their comments. There's no real point in them. And then we had the Philippines, and then once I've got the Philippines, what else should I take of Italy's territory? I'd really quite like Somalia. It'd be helpful for me. Because then I'd have pretty much most of the Indian Ocean. Apart from bits controlled by the Dutch, I think it is. Or maybe it's Indonesia. It's Indonesia. Yeah, that's annoying. It's alright. Just dealing with the joyous thing that is the various news updates that come at a certain point, including my mother sending for a picture of what my sister has been trying to cook for the last hour. With the phrase, I think she forgot to turn the oven on. Yeah, I would agree. I'd agree with that assessment. I don't know what fear. Long duck. I want to make sure this thing sinks because I don't like the French having anything really. They stabbed me in the back after all, and I was their ally. I was a loyal ally as well. I wasn't going to invade them in under any circumstance. Mainly because I was planning on taking out Italy first. Finally taking out Italy now after years of fighting France. It's terrible. I've taken all over all the French home territories. France no longer has a home. Yes, I think she was. In her defense, she was packing up on all those things, but yes, she got to turn the oven on. Look, she keeps trying. She's very hardworking. She's a very good sister, and I am a more than adequate cook, and I tend to do quite a lot of the cooking for the family. So that's fine. It really doesn't matter much. But And this is the big, glorious, glutinous maximus of the whole question. She finds it, you know, she wants to get better. She wants to be better at it. And she will get better someday. She keeps trying. Just requires you actually pay attention to it, actually. I want to move Badger to that group. Charge! Paul, my problem is forgetting to turn off when dishing on food. Yeah? Steak tartare. No, she was cooking chicken. So no, not steak tartare. They have no torpedoes. Might as well not worry about torpedoes and go into line. Yeah, keep concentrating your fire on destroyers. That doesn't help me at all. It's a fairly modern battleship design for them. Your main problem is that you've got battleships, destroyers, and cruisers off their direction. don't think this is a good position for him to be in. Pardon, is it putting down time mode rather than preheating before putting chicken in? It was put in the oven. It was supposed to have been cooked, and at no point has it actually been turned on. So nothing's cooked. My mum went in to check it before it was supposed to be dished up, just to, you know, get a good look, and went, Karen, yes, it's not been turned on. Oh, frigate. Anyway, with that in mind, I'd best go off and sort out things, because as I said, I have a strong suspicion I'm going to be ordering a takeaway. Looking at battery-powered lawn equipment, and there's a kit which has 2 batteries that are worth about half of the sticker price. I'd say sounds like a good deal. The thing is, we do have some frozen pizzas on standby, but the trouble is with the frozen pizzas, and this is going to sound terrible, they are currently all being kept for when the various members of the shipshape team, you know, come over and are helping us with packing up. We just keep feeding them pizza. That's the going rate. To come and help out at the house, we provide you with pizza. And I'm keeping that deal. But that means we currently have in stock in the fridge 3 large pizzas from Asda. Right, before I go, I will move the ships over to do the invasion of Japan, of the Philippines. And then I will save the video, and hopefully next time we come back, I won't find myself suddenly dealing with global unrest. And I would like to point out something here. Currently, I have a provinces controlled 196, 0 unrest anywhere, naval prestige at 2700, active fleet 1500 ships. So basically, this is what, and monthly balance is going up by 3 billion a month. So you know, I'd like that remembered for next time. Anyway, thank you, Drew Petrin, thank you, Jacob, thank you, Paul Amos, thank you, everyone. And yeah, thank you, Runon. Thank you, Longbow. Thank you, Random Dale Fan. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Spike. Okay, Steve. Thank you, everyone who's been watching. Jacob. I think I said so, but I'll say it again. And anyone else I'm missing? Wayne, of course, and all the others who've been watching today. Thank you very much for keeping me company. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope I answered your questions. And take care. Toodles. Oh, I best save this. Let's make sure it's saved. You'll see me save it. It's all in the condition it is. I've saved. Yes. Take care, everyone.